Hey everybody, this is Joel and
Paul
from Moving to Mexico. Bienvenidos a Nuestro canal and bienvenidos a BC Bucerias. What are we going to do today, Paul?
apparently has something to do with bikes.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I feel fine.
Yeah, we're going to go do a bike ride through Nuevo Vallarta. We're going to show you another... Oh, there's my daughter.
There's your daughter.
Hey, Addie,
She's hiding her face.
She doesn't want to be on the camera, of
Why?
course. I don't know why. You're very camera friendly.
Not right now.
Not right now. Anyways, we thought it'd be kind of cool because Nuevo Vallarta is a ride Jillian and I do quite a bit. It's nice, it's flat. They've got these new bike paths, so we're going to show you that. Plus, give you another idea of another place if you come to Mexico and move here or staying here long term, where you can live and you can stay. You can see more of the dusted off community. I mean, it's our preference, and I think you agree, Paul. Like, we kind of like living a little bit more on, we can't really call it the wild side, but in the town of Bucerias.
Yeah.
But some people like the gated community of Nuevo Vallarta, and that's okay, to each their own. But we're going to go through some of the pros of it, maybe some of the cons, but show you some cool areas in Nuevo, and it really is a nice place to do a ride.
Yeah.
And you're ready to roll?
I'm ready to roll.
Oh.
What kind of bike are we going to ride on today?
Well, today we're going to do e-bikes.
Okay.
Because I thought, wanted to because we're going to do some shooting, and I didn't know which camera you were going to use.
Yeah.
Riding an e-bike already gives you pedal assist, so you have to pedal.
Yeah.
But the battery is going to give you some assist, so especially doing a video, that's a little easier on the e-bike.
Okay.
Like this Sunday, we're doing a little race with the local riders, and I'll be on my e-bike with 2 cameras set up, and there's no way I'd be able to video that without being in the middle of the race and trying to hold a handheld camera.
No, you can't do that.
Not going to happen. It would be too dangerous, and I'll be riding with the big boys. But a little quick funny story that happened yesterday after we did a little... we went out and we did one of my food tours.
Yes.
What did you think of that?
It was lovely.
Yeah.
Really good food.
Yeah.
I enjoyed because I don't get on a bike too often, and it was fun.
Yeah, and we actually did a nice little ride. We went up that hill, and yeah, Paul,
I made it.
You were up there, and you weren't breathing hard at all.
Not too bad.
No,
the swimming has helped.
The swimming has helped,
Yeah.
and you inspired me, Paul.
Really?
Yeah, when I got home, I went for a swim in the pool, and I was doing little swim sprints in my pool at Casa Victoria. I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, "Hey, Jillian, we should do this every night. Like, how hard is that before you kind of retire? Like, jump in the pool and swim around."
Do laps.
But anyways, I came back in the house, and I was just in bed and kind of scrolling through a little bit of a Facebook feed. And I came across a Moving to Mexico post, but it was a Facebook group, Moving to Mexico. Mm-hmm. And there was a guy that did a post, and I just started reading it, and he was excited because he was in Sayulita. He found this Moving to Mexico channel. I didn't know what he was talking about at first. It could be, there's so many different YouTubers out here doing it, but the Sayulita video that we did, him and his wife were in one of the restaurants where a band was playing. And I guess the camera panned right on him, and he was like totally stoked about it. So he
saw himself.
He saw himself, and he also shared the video, and it got a whole bunch of comments from people who thought that was pretty cool. So
pretty serendipitous, right?
He thought it was serendipitous, and then I thought it was serendipitous that I
actually found that.
I found that. So it's kind of crazy.
It's kind of like this story of somebody who has an old photo from when they were a kid at Disneyland.
Yeah.
And then they saw their future wife in the background, like in the photo.
That's crazy.
Like they would just happen to both be at Disneyland, and then in the same photo, and then they got married.
Well, Jillian and I kind of wonder if because she used to go in summers to Winnipeg, and we're both the same age.
Right.
And she would go to like skating camp, and because she was a figure skater.
Yeah. And
who knows? She spent several summers there.
Yeah, you guys probably crossed
paths, and again we crossed paths later, and now 21 years married later.
Yeah.
Actually, it's gonna be 22 this summer. It's crazy.
Very nice.
But we're still here and happy. All right, so Paul, you ready to get a little quick instruction on the bike?
Sure.
Well, maybe we'll get Pepe to come. Hey, Pepe.
All right, Joel, you're going to give the bike instruction.
Yeah, so we have 2 different pedal assist bikes here. We have the Giant Quick E, okay, and then we have the Specialized Vado.
Okay.
The only difference between the two is the Vado, which is the Specialized bike, has three speed assists. Okay, so there's economy, there's sport, and then there's turbo.
And that's what we're going to be on.
We're going to be on that, and you're going to have some fun when you go into turbo.
Okay.
And now the Quickie is a little bit different because it's got 5 levels of speed. So there's the Econo, which just kind of keeps you rolling with not a lot of assist, but you could go up to like the super turbo, and this thing flies. But the two things they have in common is, at the end of the day, they pretty well, at the maximum turbo, put out the same amount of watts and energy, but you can get up to 44, 45 kilometers an hour in these things.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah. You have to pedal, so you're going to have to put, like, you'll be breathing.
Put a little effort in it?
Yeah, you'll be breathing at that speed, but you'll be able to get it up to that speed. And what I love about the e-bike is it's flipping fun, because you can go whip around, and riding at 40, 45 kilometers an hour, that's like the maximum speed of a car almost in the city.
Right.
So it's a great option for people commuting, and an awesome option for here in Mexico. Just because of our diversity of terrain, you can still get it on your bike, still exercise, but if you need that little boost up a hill, like that hill we did yesterday, you could just tag the power and
right. And I just noticed something about this one. It says Bob Bruce on there.
This was Bob's original e-bike that he bought to help him. He's in his late 70s, and he's still a guide with us here at BC Bucerias, and he's riding with guys in their 20s and 30s.
Sometimes you need a little boost.
You need a little bit of a boost. So he got this.
That makes sense.
And then now he's riding a pretty fancy Specialized, which we're going to do a video on in the upcoming season. We never did interview him before he left, so we'll wait till he comes back and we'll finish that one off. But anyways, yesterday's ride, what was your favorite stop out of all the food stops?
I would have to say, that's hard.
Yeah.
Enjoyed all of them, but maybe it was cool to hang out at Capet and try their cuisine. Yeah. Because I haven't had that yet. Yeah. And it's such a cute little location. Yeah, I love it.
And it's a great family. I love those guys. And what did you think of the chili poppers?
Oh, they were good, man.
They were spicy,
they were hot. They were hot, and they were spicy.
And which beer did you like the best? But you only had a couple, right?
Well, yeah, because I'm on antibiotics because I got an ear infection.
Right.
And so we started at Toscana Mia.
Yeah.
And we had, what's that drink called?
The Aperol Spritz.
Yes. And so we had one of those, and then he gave us a little shot of
limoncello.
Yeah, limoncello, and then by then you're starting to feel a little something. And then we got to Capet, and I had the taste of beer, and I was like, wait a minute, this feels a little too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm feeling it too much, and I remembered, I'm on medication.
You're on medication.
I said, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah. Well, I didn't stop. I tasted every single one. I sent you a photo of a lineup of the beer lineup, and
yeah, that's right.
And that's just scratching the surface of the different kind of beers you can now get in Mexico. Yeah. And I love that industry is really, really, really flourishing, and I love the fact that we actually got 2 brewers. Right here in Bucerias. Yeah, I agree. I think it's hard to pinpoint any one favorite stop because every one of them is different. I mean, always coming to Cooley's, and chatting with Ezekiel, and when the chef there does such a great job. It's what I like about that final stop is where do you go in the world where you can get a chef tasting on a bike? And really, that's kind of what we did through the whole ride.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of a different tasting from different restaurants and different pairings. Hola Pepe, ¿cómo están?
Todo bien, bienvenido.
Él es un poquito crudo. Do you guys remember what crudo means?
Crudo.
Sorry. Buena tarde ayer. Buena comida, buen vino, buena cerveza.
Un poquito mezcla, ¿no?
Sí, mezcla.
Una mezcla.
Good times.
I think at the end of the night, Pepe was starting to waver just a little bit, and I knew maybe he's not going to feel too good today, but I'll take responsibility for that.
Yes.
It was the extra...
You hang out with Joel too much, and that's what happens, right?
See, Pepe didn't know, but when I made his cocktail, I put an extra shot of the...
okay. You poisoned
it.
Okay.
This button, well, this is a pedal assist. If you don't pedaling, doesn't move. So those kind of bicycles make you pedaling.
Okay.
But make you go faster.
Sure.
With less effort.
Yeah, effort.
With less effort.
Bikes. We're gonna max out today at 40.
Elon's gonna be so jealous.
We're gonna get it to. Actually, on the way back, there's one of those signs that's got a radar on it. and you and I are gonna see if we can max it out and get the red stop.
Yeah.
Okay, deal?
Sounds good.
My selfie stick, but we're just leaving Bucerias, or BC Bucerias, and we're gonna head over to Nuevo. There's this little, yeah, there's this little sidewalk. We're technically not supposed to be riding on it, but other than that, you got to go on this cobble, and that's it's a little bumpy. And a nice small breakfast. See, don't be on the banqueta. But here's my thought process behind this. This is a town sidewalk.
Yeah.
Those signs are the Decameron signs, and there's no law in Mexico that says you can't. It's public space, so we're riding on the sidewalk to avoid the cobble, but we're doing it safely and respectfully. We're not going to run over any pedestrians. So have you ridden this way before, Paul, or walked?
I've walked, yeah. I've walked many times, but I have never been on the bike. And with that new trail, it's piquing my interest in thinking about buying a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is a cool ride to go from here to Nuevo.
Well, just come to BC Bucerias and grab a bike anytime you want.
Okay.
So here's the one sandy section. Buenos dias. So the e-bike really helps here. You can, like, I can just power right up, and I'm like flying. You gotta watch. This is going to be a little bit of deep sand coming up. But effortlessly get you through the sand. And then here you come to a little guard shack. You can just roll through. Well, did you feel the e-assist?
I think so. I ran into those people.
Did you
I had to kind of like swerve out of the way.
You had to swerve out of the way,
wobble.
and you got wobbly in the sand. Yeah, it makes such a big difference. Like, do you see how I was able to just power away?
Yeah.
You just like slam it into turbo and away you go. All right, well, here's a yellow brick road. You just follow that. Buenos dias. Yeah, they just finished this about 2 months ago. And now they're doing some kind of work here. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's going to be like a little park.
I think so. They got like little areas where it looks like they're gonna have like picnic tables and stuff.
Yeah, and they brought in some decorative rock and a little decorative area here.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be kind of cool.
It is.
Rolling, but yeah, there's the OXXO, your pharmacy. Oh, there's a little medical center there. Yeah, so on the north end, you pretty well have everything you need. There's not much. There's not much between this and where we're going.
Right.
Like so.
You mean Paradise Village?
Yeah, like so Bucerias, you know, it's walkable, but there's always something every like 10 meters.
Yes.
Right, restaurants and shops, and as you all know. So in Nuevo, the only thing is about living in a gated community is it's mostly accommodation and condos, and the retail is spread out.
Yes.
That guy wasn't happy with you, bro. He's like,
You went, what are you doing, man?
I mean, you were stopped right in the middle of the lane. Did you know there's a 1.5 meter law here in the state of Nayarit?
What does that mean?
So if you're passing a cyclist, you must by law give a 1.5 meter space. Now technically, this is just supposed to be for bikes, because there's sidewalks for people.
Oh, over there.
Yeah, but everyone uses this, so it's become a multi-purpose path.
Yeah, which could lead to some issues down the road, right?
When it gets busy, because then it defeats the purpose of having a cycling route, right?
Yeah.
But you know, part of the problem is the sidewalks are kind of in crappy shape.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of see they're okay.
And this is kind of a more lovely space.
But it's a little bit more of a lovely space to walk and run and ride. But crazy the amount of
right here.
yeah, the flipping construction here.
It's
like
out of control.
Yeah, it's out of control.
Everything's like getting built right now.
So it was eventually at first everything's built on the beach.
Yeah.
Now that that's built, now they're building over there.
Yeah.
Which is still nice if that's your jam. But yeah, it's a pretty section,
What
hey?
do you think they would need here to make it more work for you more?
In Nuevo?
Yeah, like if you were living in this building right here, what would you need to make it feel good?
I'd have to be about 85 years old.
85?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean but they would need to build something.
Like if there was more, like I would walk out my door like Bucerias and have options and of different little stores.
Okay.
Like everything we got there is the reason I loved living there, right? So no, I get it.
Yeah.
I have friends that have condos here.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like their condos are beautiful, the view's beautiful, they're on the ocean.
Yeah.
And we always, Julie and I talk about it all the time,
They
but
don't have to have the headache of maintaining their house, right?
yeah, no,
Not
and
so much.
And I mean, you get the same thing in Bucerias, but again, some people just like that this is, it's a feeling of more security.
Security, right?
And yeah, you're definitely going to have a higher level of security in a place like Nuevo than a town like Bucerias. You know, like in Bucerias, you gotta lock your shit up.
Yeah.
You don't leave your door open.
Right.
Someone will notice you doing that on a regular basis, and
They'll just take advantage.
they'll take advantage of that. This is one of the 2 public beach accesses, right, Paul?
That's right.
But it's kind of funny the way they do it. In a way, I don't agree with it. If you weren't from here, you think this is off limits.
This is closed. You can't come in. 'Cause
You know,
got that
they
thing.
got that thing there. So it's kind of done by design,
Right.
right?
They're keeping it kind of secluded. Right?
Yeah. Even though anyone,
You just walk right.
yeah, you can walk right in. You can
The
drive
only
in.
thing right now, if you come in, can you park in there?
Yep.
They got this thing closed.
Yeah. No, he'll open it.
They'll open it for
But
you.
they don't want you to come in.
They're discouraging people
They're discouraging
from visiting
people.
the beach here.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what's going on.
We should go ask him.
Yeah.
No, he looks busy. He's
He's
on his phone.
He's busy doing some messages.
Yes.
All right, well, let's go check out the beach.
Yes.
Joel, we're not at the beach quite yet,
Not
but
quite yet.
where are we? What is going on here?
We're at the muster
You're
point.
in this point where it's like you have arrows
Everywhere.
everywhere, and then you stand
I'm
there.
standing right in the
Are you going to
middle.
go through a portal right now? Is that what's going on?
I might go to the cielo.
Cielo,
See,
which is sky.
that's the sky, but also cielo means heaven.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Yeah. Well, don't go to cielo.
No, we don't want to go there yet.
Not yet.
But yeah, so if there's an emergency, like an earthquake or a fire, or I don't know, some other kind of emergency, an act of war, everyone has
or
to.
a tsunami.
A tsunami? Yeah, like if there's a tsunami coming, just stand here at the muster point
Yeah.
and
So
just
you're
wait for
gonna-
it.
The wave is going to come
Yeah.
through right there, and you'll be in this muster
But I'll be
point.
safe in the muster point.
Yes.
So, do you know what a muster point is?
It's where you're standing, but
Yeah.
I don't really
So,
get it.
Normally in construction sites, this is where I learned about the muster point.
Okay.
Is a muster point was a place, well, let's say there was an accident in a construction site, or you needed to get everyone's attention because there was something you needed to explain.
Yeah.
So you would call them to the muster point. You would collect yourselves
You say-
at this space.
And you have a code word for them to go to the muster point?
Well, I don't know. That would just be as part of your
training?
your operations manual in your project. But there's muster points all over Mexico. So there's got to be a law that you need a muster point.
Yeah.
But
it's in the
I've
books.
never, in my years of being here, ever seen anyone muster here
We should start yelling muster
and see what
and
happens.
see what happens. Go for
Yeah.
it.
Muster, muster, muster.
She just smiled.
Well, we got a smile.
Dude, I'll join you, Joel.
You gonna join
I'm
me on the
in
muster
muster
point?
point. Here,
Yeah.
scoot over. No, so we got out of the what was that thing called?
Oh, the muster
A
point.
muster.
Yeah, we mustered.
Why is it called muster? I'm still on it. I can't get over
It's a
What is
word. It must be
muster?
to collectively muster.
that. Doesn't sound good.
I know it doesn't sound good. It sounds kind of gross.
Yeah. Sounds like Fester.
Like Fester at the muster point.
Yeah.
So where are we? I mean, we're at this public beach, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's a beautiful area. So I don't know why they don't try to advertise it and market it and make it more open. You have this little pool club, so if you come with the kids, and I think it's like 45. What's the rate here? 40 pesos.
40 pesos,
So
9 a.m. to
$2,
6 p.m.
And you can come hang out with your kids. They can play in the pool.
This business probably doesn't appreciate that big old, road barrier they have.
They need to open the road barrier. But I was saying, Paul, like we're going for smoothies. Like that's the healthy choice.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, wow, we got music going here. And then all of a sudden, what do we do? Do we go for the smoothies, or we go for the Cocoa Beach Mojito?
We'll get these right here.
Oh, and 1 liter too.
1 liter.
A 1 liter drink for 150 pesos.
It's basically,
Oh my
you
God.
come here, you bring your family,
Yeah.
you drink a 1 liter margarita,
Have a nap.
and then you just put your kids in that pool right there.
Yeah, and then after your 1 liter margarita, you know they're good.
Yeah, yeah.
They're okay on their
Yes.
own, right?
Yes.
But yeah, it's pretty. One of my friends, Belinda from Specialized, she's a world-class master swimmer, and this is
Yes.
where she does a lot of her training for open water. And you've done some video for Belinda.
Yeah. Maybe I'll show that at the end of this video.
Yeah,
Some of my video production work.
yeah. So
Yeah.
If you have an event in the area, but you'll do like almost anything, right?
Pretty much, man. I've done quite a bit.
But yeah, like if you got a wedding happening, you got an event happening, maybe you want to just record some moments of your trip here.
Yeah, and
contact
I
Paul.
do photography as well. A lot of times people will ask me to do family portraits. And so if you come to the beach, you want your family portrait to take home with you, and I'll come out and hang out with you for an hour and do some family portraits.
Now, has any of your family portraits made it to that funny family portrait site?
Not yet, no. No. That's a goal though, right?
That's a goal. You got to be on there for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this is kind of cool. So another, just giving everyone a bird's eye view of another place where they could live, another place where, you could do your bike ride from Bucerias and just
Right.
come spend, part of your day here, right?
Yep.
But if you live just around the corner and you want to come spend time on the beach, but you're not on the beach,
Uh-huh.
here's your access.
Yeah, and they have plenty of inner tubes
Yeah.
and pool toys.
Yeah.
Or not pool toys, beach toys. Right there on the beach. Right. So Bucerias is over there.
Yeah, Bucerias over there, so you can walk from Bucerias along the beach.
Yeah.
All the way here.
I've done that.
Yeah, it's a fun walk.
It's a long ways.
It's a long ways, but
The thing about the beach over here is that usually, for some reason, it's a little more flat
yeah.
than Bucerias is. So it's more friendly for jogging and walking.
And also the water, see how the waves are a little bit more gradual?
Yeah,
They're not like huge.
right.
Although if it's very, very wavy, you'll still get big waves here, but
Yeah,
it's a little more gentle for kids doing boogie boarding and that kind of stuff.
right.
Whereas it can be in Bucerias, there's can be some aggressive waves
Yeah,
there.
when there's a like a hurricane nearby or something,
Yeah.
it really gets big, and people actually surf in Bucerias.
Yeah, I've seen that. All right, well, I'm hungry for a smoothie.
Let's do it.
It's crazy the change here, hey? Like the change in Nuevo Vallarta has changed so dramatically over the past couple of years.
Chow,
Yeah,
Masia,
Riviera Grill. So there is a restaurant alley here.
Yeah.
So there's about 4 restaurants in a
we
row.
just passed the Fajita Republica.
The Fajita
I
Republica,
recommend. It's very
and
good.
we're gonna come do a Taco Tuesday there.
Yeah.
And they do the fajitas at your table.
Yeah, so you can see all the fire.
Oh, that's cool.
You know?
That'll be fun. Yeah. And you say some gringos get their drink on there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
I think that's for some people that live in this area. That's the big adventure to go
To
to the
Fajita Republica.
You know, like they're like, we're going to a different part of Mexico.
There you go. Well, we'll go check it out. I'm sure they do a great job.
They do.
All right. Oh, but it's it's pretty. There's your hospital. This is a little private school, the Harkness College,
Yeah.
right on the marina. So if your kids are going to school and you live in here, like, you could, that's close by.
Yeah.
And that's another thing we should do an episode on, are the education options.
education options and maybe just like children's, like what you can do with your kids here, right?
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
in general. Like, I mean, I take Emma to the swim class.
Yeah.
But we've also done, in the past, we've done like full-on equestrian horse riding, right? And she's, I mean, honestly, I would never be able to like afford that in the States.
Right.
And
It's just not going to
It's
happen.
not gonna happen. I'd be like, oh, it's like $1,000 a month. No thanks. But like here, it's not, and it's totally doable.
Right.
And then she loved it. So
Well, you know what? Adelaide and I are going away next weekend
yeah.
to Mascota.
Ah,
And we're going for 2 nights. Just the two of us, father-daughter weekend. And we're going to go ride horses.
That's cool.
But here, so 40, hold on, how much was it? It's $25 a day for a horse.
Okay.
Our own horse.
To rent a horse for $25.
Yeah, and we just can go on, we don't have to have a guide or anything, we're just going to go do our own thing.
Go do it.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
pretty cool, hey?
Yeah.
So Joel, we seem to have taken a wrong turn, and now we're in Palenque.
Palenque.
Yeah.
We're in Mexico City.
Or Mexico City, Chichen Itza here, right?
That's pretty funny. Yeah, so Paradise Village, and you know, this is the south end of Nuevo Vallarta. This is where it ends.
Yeah.
And it's kind of bordered by the marina, and then you can go around it, and that's where we're going to go today. We're going to go on the other side
Yeah.
to actually continue through Nuevo, and that's on the far end of the marina, and that's where we're going to grab our smoothie. But a lot of people come to Paradise Village because it has their creature comforts. You have the Starbucks, you have your McDonald's, you have your Subway, and there's a little grocery store here actually, which is it's pretty good. So a lot of these all-inclusives have little kitchenettes.
Yeah.
So this is where people come. You know, they buy their wine, their beer, and their creature comfort food to cook breakfast at home.
And I got a little pro tip. I worked with a company here in Paradise Village.
Yeah.
And it's called a bookstore,
Okay.
but they actually do your residency. So I got my residency in Mexico, and the thing here in Mexico is that there's a lot of bureaucracy
Tons
when
of
you try to do
bureaucracy.
stuff,
Yeah.
and you need somebody to help you
Yeah, absolutely.
to save you the headache, because you'll go to the same office 100 times, and they'll say, "Oh, you didn't dot your T there, or dot your I,
Yeah.
and cross your T,
Yeah.
and then you have to come back because
And
you
start all
you can't
over.
do it now.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Yeah, and so it just becomes this crazy thing where you hate these people that work
Yeah.
at this government office, and
Yeah.
they hate you. Like, you don't want to do that.
So it's better to just hire someone.
Hire somebody to do that stuff for you, and make your life easy. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's really not that expensive, and it's so worth it. So.
We did the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
We hired a lawyer to just get all of our residency.
Yeah.
You know what? It was worth every single penny.
For sure.
And just for that reason, those bureaucrats would have drove me flipping insane.
Oh, yeah.
And I do have a story, like when I was signing some of the paperwork,
Yeah.
they're comparing it to my passport, and my signature was just off.
Yeah.
And I had to do the whole process all over again. Because like a squiggle was like a line or something. It
Yeah.
was like, no, that's not your signature.
That's
No,
not you,
It is
man.
my signature, but
Yeah.
it doesn't match your passport. And then I'm there with the lawyer, and he's like, no, that doesn't work. Like, and then we're like, okay, we think we got it, right?
Right.
That matches.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's insane, right?
And then every time you go do it, you got to give your fingerprints. Even though they've got our fingerprints here 100 times, every time we renewed, we still had to give our same fingerprints.
Well, you know, you never know when somebody's fingerprint changes
Yeah, I
over
guess
some
that's
time,
true,
right?
right? Fingerprints do change. Huh? Look at Paul. He's doing 20 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour. What'd you think of that?
Oh, dude, I'm king of the mountain.
And warrior.
Gracias. All right, no bad days, Joel.
No bad days in Mexico. Yeah, I thought that was kind of appropriate. I always have the pura vida, the pure life.
And that's what they sing in like Costa Rica. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean that's also man, I lost words. That's also relevant.
Yeah.
Pura vida is
Yeah.
relevant, but I thought, you know, no bad days. Like, we had such a great day yesterday, we're having a great day today, and really, when I do have a bad day, sometimes I just walk outside, and I really try to remind myself, like, literally, look where you live.
Yeah.
Like, there are no bad days here.
Right. Or if there are, it's at least that much better because you're here.
and they go back to our top 10 reasons, right? Like,
Yeah.
this is so good. And you know, again, I watched the video again last night. Because sometimes I'll rewatch the video and like, is there something I could have done better?
Yeah.
You know, is there something I could have thought about or I could think about for the next video? But what really, really resonated with me, and I know I said my top reason was the food, but I kept coming back to the freedom.
You kept coming back to what?
Freedom.
Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah, and just the freedom that we get living here in Mexico.
Totally.
I think if I was stuck in Canada for the past, well, it's like almost a year and a half now, I would have went crazy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, you know, and you really feel for people in that situation.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that's being underblown right now is the mental toll, the psychological toll that these extraordinary measures have taken on people's lives. And it's somehow it's not being equated into the formula,
right?
And that's wrong.
I think there's just a huge mental fatigue to all of this, you know, that everybody's experiencing. Like, no matter what you think, you know, you don't like the lockdowns or you like the lockdowns, it kind of doesn't matter where you land. You are experiencing mental fatigue because
1,000%.
Yeah. So to me, I think like we all need a break. You know, like, give me a break, man. Can we stop with the wars, stop with the, you know, lockdowns and fear mongering and all that, and like just get back to normal?
Yeah.
You know?
Can we have a year of that?
Yeah.
What about like 12 months of just that?
Yeah. Let's try it. You know? Didn't they do something like that, like in like Give Peace a Chance or something, like all those celebrities got together and sang a song?
Yeah.
We are the world. We are the world.
So we're gonna give away 5 trips today.
Holy cow.
I know, that's crazy, eh? Well, because 2 trips are for the people who got the answers correctly.
Okay.
The first ones. Okay. And then we're giving away 2 trips to the people who got the answers correctly, but then they're just going into a random draw.
Right.
And then I'm just doing a random draw. Well, here, I know one right away. I know the first one, the first member, and he was on it. Because like I posted a day in advance, I'm like, okay, members, like, make sure you watch this video. Remember everything in this video, because the first person who guesses the answers correctly is just going to automatically win. You know, full stop, no draw, no nothing. And the first guy to actually respond to the challenge was Dirk Wilbanks. And the first person to actually get the answers correctly was Dirk Wilbanks. So felicidades, Dirk. Okay, applause.
Yeah, there's the applause.
Okay, everybody, can we, everyone back there. Next, I got to actually look in my phone because that was for all the non-members. We had someone respond first, but responded before the question was actually asked, so I'm not too sure how that happened, but it wasn't quite right. So there was 2 answers where they said it was Osman and a goat. And we put it to the judges at the Moving to Mexico team, and you know we have to toe the line on this one. Hey, Paul,
Yeah.
It's Osmar.
It's so smart.
So it's Osmar, and it was a goat. So I'm going to go to my phone right now, and I'm going to pull up the string of answers, and we're going to get to the first person who actually got Osmar and a goat, and I'm going to announce that name right after this message. Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry for the little technological hiccup. I had left my spreadsheets at home, and we went on our bike ride today, so I didn't have the actual winners because it's a bit of a painstaking process. I got to take every single comment, I put it into a spreadsheet, assign a number to it, put the number in the randomizer, and then generate a winner. I wish YouTube actually had an easier way to do it, but there is no easy way to do it. You literally have to go through comment by comment. Anyways, again, congratulations to Dirk Wilbanks for being the first across the post of the members to answer correctly that I was, it's all about exploring Mexico, and we met good old Bunny Shapiro on the beach. And the random winner from our membership that guessed correctly and was chosen is Dave Sinclair. So felicidades, Dave. You've won yourself a week stay in Bucerias Mexico, you can reach out to Jillian at info@movingtomexico to claim your prize. All right, so on to everyone else who got the second question correct. We put, well, first and foremost, the first person to correctly guess who wanted to kiss Joel and the animal that interrupted Army. The correct answer was Omar, O-M-A-R. There's a few people who said Oman, didn't quite get the name correct, so we went to kind of like the judges at movingtomexico. We are going to stick to the correct spelling of his name, which would be Omar. And the animal that interrupted Army was a goat, but we're also accepting sheep. So we put everyone into the randomizer, but first and foremost, the first person to guess it correctly was Foggy Minded. Now that's a pretty interesting name, Foggy. Would like to know and meet you one day. But anyways, you can reach out to Jillian, again, info@movingtomexico, claim your prize. And the random draw winner of that question, and put everyone into the spreadsheet and put it into the random draw, was Oscar Martinez. Felicidades, Oscar. You won yourself a week here with us in Bucerias, Mexico. Congratulations to all of the winners. Yeah, we've given away 5 trips today, and each and every one of you, again, are going to get a tour for 2 to Nuevo Vallarta. We'll ride out there on bikes and go check out Organik and grab a smoothie.
Here we are at the marina.
Here we are at the marina in Nuevo Vallarta. It's pretty. What'd you think of the bike ride?
I think it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And we get to go do it all over again right now when we go back.
Yeah, we're going to hammer it back. We're going to go in turbo mode.
Let's hit the hammer.
I'm going to hit the hammer, get back in record time. And the Organics, you liked it?
It was delicious.
Big shout out to those guys. They do a great job.
Yes.
They also do very good poke bowls. Stay to the end of the video because Paul's going to put on a video of the Aguas Abiertas, which is the open water swim that my friend Boleyn puts on every year, that hopefully is going to be on next year.
Right. And hopefully I'll be either making the video for that one or I'll be participating in that one.
Oh yeah, you're training your swim.
Training.
Okay, maybe I'll join you on that.
Okay.
Okay, on that note, I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Okay, everybody, thanks again for joining us. If you love what we're doing, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, toggle that notification bell because that's going to let you know when we publish our videos. We're always, at minimum, giving away a 1-week stay in Bucerias, Mexico every Saturday, and that is 100% legitimate. Hey, did you like my Spanglish there?
That was wonderful.
Okay.
I understood half of it.
Excelente. All right, everyone. Nos vemos. Hasta luego. And look at this, Paul. Adios.
Y han hecho que este evento sea cada vez más grande y mejor y una mejor calidad. Muchas gracias a todos y mucha suerte para el día de mañana. Si tienen alguna pregunta, ahorita es cuando...